So how much of
Yes.
Leonard Cohen is echoing on you as a person and on you as a writer, which it turned out is the same. So I shouldn't say the person as a writer because they're same figure.
Well, it is very, very difficult for me to compare with Leonard Cohen. Leonard Cohen, as a sailor, I do not have heroes. I do not have figures over. Probably I will have only two in my life. One is a sailor, and the other one is Leonard Cohen. And Leonard Cohen it's very difficult for me to compare with him. But I think that we share. There is something that I share with Leonard Cohen, and that makes me love all his songs. Is the same fascination with love, with women, with the world. With I think that if you ask me why do you like Leonard Cohen so much, in one word, and that word would be fascination. Not the fascination that you feel towards the other, towards the world, that you are in a permanent, the brink of an abyss, of a gap. And I shared that with Leonardo. I think not with the same talent, obviously, but that is what I share with Leonard Cohen. It's this fascination with the abyss, and yeah, and with love. And
Yeah, that's for sure. That's for sure present in both. Like you guys, are like foreigners. Probably the methodologies are not always the same, but the interest and the idea that there's always something out there, and it doesn't matter how far you go, because the path is endless, and you are okay with that. You are aware that okay, you can go further and further, but you'll never get to the bottom of it, and that's probably the thing that fascinates you.
yes, that's exactly it. That's the idea that you never know someone, that you never get to know someone, and the idea that you try, at least you try to know that person through sex, because it's wrong to think that it is only a matter of sex. It's not. It's not only a matter of bodies. It's a matter of being together by different loads of different reasons, and you don't know why. You don't know exactly that story. Leonard's story with Marianne. It's for me. It's a kind of paradigmatic, because she just left her husband and family to be with him, and they were with, and he still loved her. Uh, Dozens and dozens of years after. And this is something that happens to me also, because there is, as you say, this path is an endless path. And even if love or life or whatever separate you, there is always something of that person into you. And this is something that is one of the reasons why I adore Leonard Cohen. I cannot say that I love him. I adore Leonard Cohen
Yeah,
because of this common thing. Yes.
yeah. I was just thinking here, like how much of that is related to the act of loving, because it seems that love is more than anything else unveiling, not only the person you love, but also unveiling yourself as you are in love. It's the curtains are going to drop, and a lot of things that we tend to set on the side or uh, not show to ourselves and to others, they come up when we love, because there is some fragility about being in love that we don't experience that much throughout our lives, because we try to be strong, we try to get on with things, but when you are in love, you are very much vulnerable, and that's
Yes.
powerful, isn't it?
Yes, that you are getting right to the point, because I used to say that I am very, very frail, and people don't believe me. They look at me, they see quite a big guy, and they see a sailor, and I go into the oceans, and I cross tempests and everything. But I define myself as a very, very frail and vulnerable person. And love is exactly that. Love is exchanging vulnerabilities, and see what, from where, what kind of vulnerabilities can you cure, commas, or what kind of vulnerabilities can you exchange, and mainly. I think that being in love and being loved is a way of living with your vulnerability, with your frailty, and being comfortable with that
Yeah.
frailty. And so this kind of frailty that you have in love is very important for me, and it is what defines a good relationship from a bad one. It's how much of myself can I expose, how much can I be myself, and that is what defines for me a relationship.
Do you think falling in love is a choice, or it's not up to us?
Well, it is an evolution in my life. Nowadays, I'm more and more. I am 66 now, and I think since my 40s, late 40s, I start thinking, yes, there is a very strong voluntary component on falling in love. I mean, there are persons with women. In my case, it's women that I see and I say I want to fall in love with that woman because there is something in her that attracts me, and that obviously, again, it's not 100% sure. It's just, but I think there
Too
is
complex.
yes, it's a two component. It's a two component glue, but there is a very, I think there is a very strong voluntary component on that. Yes.
And is it the same for the time it's not that you decide, but let's say you put an end on a relationship with someone. Can you put at the same time decide I'm not in love anymore? So is it the same like the end of the story as the beginning, or you can put the end and still love the person?
No, there are all the situations in my story, in my affective story. There are all kinds of situations. There are women that we split, and I still love them. Sometimes they split, sometimes I split, and I still love them. But it doesn't get anywhere. It's like that. The path is, got to an end, and from there you can't go anywhere. There are some cases where you see I was wrong and I should not fall in love with this woman because I should not have fallen in love with this woman because it was a mistake. Sometimes it's the women that think it was a mistake to fall in love with you. But so the beginning is much more uniform than the endings. The endings are much varied. There are much more variety in the end of the story than in the beginning.
Yeah. I mean, overall, I think we can say that love is a very complex thing, and we don't know exactly what's going on. We try to be as rational as we can, but it's never totally up to us. There are a lot of elements that just fall from all the angles, and we need to accept them and get on with that. But if there is some 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 component of choice, I think we can be happy about